Hello, mighty companions. This is Earl Purdy and
Anna Kujawa.
we get ready to continue with our series on special relationships so that we can apply it to each other and to every relationship that we have. And this is just us studying together. And you can always check out all of our videos at, in my case, at www.earlpurdy.com and also on YouTube. And Anna.
And you can see all my classes at www.annakujawa.com.
So we just really apply the course. We do hardcore course. We read it to each other and we apply it to our relationship and all of our relationships. So we're just going to dive in and do it.
And we're in the middle of the section called The Choice for Completion.
And it's on page 343 in the Foundation for Inner Peace edition of the Course in Miracles.
Chapter 16, Section 5.
And so I'm going to read it, and then Anna's going to tell me what she hears and how she can apply it to our relationship as well as our other relationships. And so you just can let your little voyeuristic nature take over, because we're going to do it just like you're not even here.
No.
We're just doing it with each other.
And we're going to let you watch.
We're going to let you watch. All right. You're going to watch us do it.
And by do it, you know what we mean.
You know what we mean. All right.
Okay. So, would you like me to read to you?
I'm going to read to you. I think I want to hear you first. All right?
Great.
So, how can you grant unlimited power to what you think you have attacked? How can you grant unlimited power to what you think you have attacked? So fearful has the truth become to you, that unless the truth is weak and little and unworthy of value, unless the truth is weak and little and unworthy of value, you wouldn't dare look upon the truth. Unless it is weak and little and unworthy of value, you would not dare to look upon the truth. You think it safer to endow the little self you made with power you wrested from truth, triumphing over truth and leaving it helpless. You think it's safer to endow the little self you made with power you wrested from truth, triumphing over it and leaving it helpless. So triumphing over the truth is leaving the truth helpless.
Right.
See how exactly is this what? Triumphing over the truth and leaving it helpless. See how exactly is this ritual enacted in the special relationship, which means an altar is erected in between two separate people. There's an altar erected between two separate people, on which each seeks to kill himself and on his body raise another self to take his power from his death. Over and 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 over is this ritual enacted. This ritual is enacted over and over and over, and it is never completed, nor will it ever be completed. The ritual of completion, which is the special relationship, the ritual of completion cannot complete. The ritual of completion cannot complete, for life arises not from death, nor heaven from hell.
Wow.
Okay, all right. Did you start out with a little simpler one now? So how does this relate to us?
Okay.
And how does this relate to our special relationship?
Well, that first question, how can you grant unlimited power to what you think you've attacked? And it was in the earlier paragraphs, it's talking about how we are attacking ourselves, and how we attack ourselves to get the specialness from another. So, and also it was an attack on each other too. So how can you attack yourself, sacrifice yourself to gain the self of another? How can you attack yourself and experience and also grant unlimited power to it? Okay, so I can't attack myself, sacrifice myself for you. I can't, and really experience my power. I can't do it. And I say I want to experience my power, but I can't do it that way. And the truth about ourselves and each other is so fearful to us that we think it's safer to endow our little self, the self we hate, with power. It says, you think it's safer to endow the little self you made with power that you wrested from the truth, triumphing over and leaving it helpless. Okay, so, and then he says, and here's how this ritual gets enacted in our relationship.
Okay,
what ritual? I attack myself and cut myself down to gain yourself, to gain power, okay, over you. Okay, so the ritual goes like this: you and I erect an altar between us, and we call it our relationship. And then each one of us sacrifices ourselves.
So the altar is our special relationship.
That's right.
Okay.
That's what the altar is. It's where we come to, the place we come together to sacrifice who we are, what we want, sacrifice our innocence, sacrifice our freedom.
Okay.
In other words, we come to this relationship to kill ourselves. Why? So that, and on our body raise another self to take its power from its death. Okay, so I'm going to kill my body to take power from your body. That's graphic.
And that sounds like fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, so where I'm going to sacrifice myself to gain yourself.
You're going to give yourself away to gain myself.
He calls it killing yourself, which is kind of graphic.
I like that about the chorus.
Yeah,
stuff.
don't you?
Yeah, I love how the chorus is so hardcore.
Yes. He goes, when you sacrifice yourself, your freedom, who you are, to gain the specialness of another, what you're essentially doing is killing yourself. It's like psychic suicide. Okay? Thinking that by attacking yourself, you're going to gain power. Because you're afraid of your real power. Now, he calls this the ritual of completion. This is what we think completion is. I give up who I am to get you.
And I give up who I am for you.
And now we're complete.
Oh. So I'm not really complete until I get rid of myself?
Isn't that special?
That's really weird.
I'm not complete. Of course the ego says that.
Yeah, I'm not really complete until there's no me.
Ooh.
Then I'm complete.
Of course the ego tells you that that's how you experience real completion. Oh, you want completion? Oh, okay. Get rid of yourself.
Get rid of yourself.
Kill yourself.
Kill yourself and you'll be complete.
Of course that's the ego's guidance.
Exactly.
Because the ego knows we want to experience completion. So the Course calls this the ritual of completion. This is what we think will complete us. He says, but the ritual of completion is not completion at all. It's just a ritual. And you will never get your completion that way, ever. You will never feel complete by using a relationship to sacrifice who you are to gain who they are. You will never feel complete that way. You will never feel complete that way. And he says, and nor will that ritual ever be completed. And that's because who you are and who you want to be and what you deserve cannot arise from you sacrificing yourself, ever. Your life, your completion, your joy, your power will never come from trying to get rid of yourself.
So love is not sacrifice.
Love is not sacrifice.
Love is me sacrificing myself for you is not love in you.
Completion. Me experiencing my completion will never come from me giving up myself.
Which is what I've been expecting others to do in the past, or what I've expected others to do for me.
That's right.
And the old paradigm of relationship was, if you really love me, you will sacrifice.
Yeah, you'll give up.
You'll give up what you want
for me.
That's right.
You'll give up what you want for me.
Absolutely. You will give up what you want for me.
Right.
If you love me.
That's right. Wow. And we believed that was how we experienced completion.
That sucks.
And that's why once we got in them, we never felt complete. As a matter of fact, our incompleteness got emphasized.
Yeah.
And we ended up feeling more lonely
yeah.
in that relationship than we did before.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I heard.
That's what you heard?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so now I'm going to read to you.
Okay.
So Earl, whenever any form of special relationship tempts you to seek for love in that ritual, whenever that happens, or you're tempted to sacrifice yourself to get someone, give up what you want in order to get them, here's what you should do. You need to remember that love is content, not form, of any kind. You need to remember, love is content, love is content, love is content. Love is content. Love would never ask you to give up what you want.
Love would never ask me to give up what I want.
To get somebody. And that love is form, not content. Love is content, not form.
Love is content, not form.
That's right. And what you also need to remember in that time, when you're tempted, is this, that the relationship you're tempted to engage in is a ritual of form. It's a ritual of form. It's a ritual of form. A ritual of form aimed at raising the form to take the place of God at the expense of content. Now, In the form of the relationship, there's no meaning at all, and there never will be. In what you're doing with your bodies, no meaning at all, never will be. And the special relationship must be recognized for what it is: a senseless ritual in which strength is extracted from the death of God and invested in God's killer as the sign that form has triumphed over content and love has lost its meaning. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about that. Now,
this is a little simple paragraph.
That's right.
God. Okay.
Okay. Yes, I'm trying to extract strength from the death of God, to invest that strength in God's killer. You God killer, you.
God killer. Love killer.
You love killer, you. And as a sign that form, that what the body does, has triumphed over content and love has lost its meaning. Now, Earl, would you want that to be possible, even apart from its evident impossibility? Now, if it were possible, you would have made yourself helpless. If you could kill love and take its strength as your own, that would make you helpless. God is not angry, though. God is not angry that you're trying to kill God. Now that's a loving God. You trying to kill me? I'm not even angry at you. God merely could not let this happen, that you could kill love. You cannot change God's mind. No rituals that you have set up in which the dance of death delights you can bring death to the eternal, nor can your chosen substitute for the wholeness of God have any influence at all upon the eternal. Oh, there you go, honey.
Oh,
so,
Lord. Okay.
Tell us about the death of God that we're trying to accomplish.
So when any form of special relationship tempts me, when this for instance, let's say, when this special relationship seeks me to seek for love in some kind of a ritual, where I'm sacrificing myself and you're sacrificing yourself, then I need to remember that love isn't any form of a ritual that we come up with. Love is the content that we have in our relationship, the purpose we have in our relationship.
So our love between us is never going to have anything to do with anything our bodies do.
Right, or don't do.
Right. It's going to be about our purpose.
It's going to be about our purpose.
Right.
It's going to be, and the special relationship, as I've learned to do it, is just a ritual of form. And the aim of it is to make the form of the relationship more important than the love in the relationship.
So that what our bodies do or don't do becomes more important than why we're in the relationship.
Then why we're in the relationship. It's all about what you do, what you don't do, how you act, how you don't act. That's the most important thing, and not what's really going on in content and purpose between us.
Exactly.
Also, and to make this easier for me, when it talks about God, then I'm going to see it as what the Course says: God is love. So to me, it's saying that the special relationship is a ritual of form aimed at raising the form of our relationship to take the place of love, real love, at the expense of content. There is no meaning in any form that our relationship takes. There's no meaning in any form our relationship takes. There never will be any meaning in the form that our relationship takes. The special relationship between us must be recognized as what it is. We're in a senseless ritual in which strength is extracted from the death of what love is. So I want you to join with me in a senseless ritual that we kill love. Would you be willing to join with me in a senseless ritual that's based on your behavior and you sacrificing for me, so that we can actually kill God, which is to kill what love really is? And I'm going to get all of that strength. All of the strength is going to come to me. I'm going to be the one that's the powerful one. I'm the one that's important in the relationship. And the form of us being together is more important than the love that we're exchanging between each other. And I don't want this to be possible, even apart from the fact that it is impossible that I could kill love, that I could kill God, that I could make some ritual or behavior between us be more important than the love we share with each other and the love that we share with God. Because if I could make form between us or the behaviors between us more important than the love and the content between us, then it makes me helpless, because it takes away my power also. It takes away the truth about me also. It takes away my freedom also, to try to get you to act out a ritual of form and behavior for me, or me to act out a form of ritual and behavior for you. And I need to remember that even though I'm doing all this stuff, I want you to sacrifice and me to sacrifice, and I'm doing this ritual of behavior, I heard it say, God isn't angry. My Creator isn't angry. My Creator won't let it happen. Won't let the destruction of love happen. Won't let the destruction of the Creator happen. I can't change God's mind. God's mind is that love is freedom, love is inclusive, love is equally given, and love is equally received. Love is based on content and not on form, right? There are no rituals. So that's the same as me saying no special relationship that I have set up in which the dance of death. So me want to be with you in a special relationship is me want to enter a dance of death. So I don't want to do a death dance with you, which is a relationship that's based on controlling you, attacking you, making you feel guilty, based on bargains of behavior. The Course calls that a dance of death. And I can't make the truth die. I'll never bring death to the eternal. I'll never destroy love. We can never really destroy love. So even though we might be trying to do this, we don't need to be freaked out about it, because we can't really accomplish it anyway.
That's right.
We cannot, nothing about our relationship can really destroy real love. I heard that.
Beautiful.
My special relationship with you or anybody else, which is my chosen substitute for the love of God, the wholeness of God, it won't have any influence upon the wholeness of God or the love of God. So me doing this guilty ritual with you, that I'm all caught up in your behavior and trying to control you, is not going to, in other words, I'm here, it ain't going to change, nothing is real, it ain't going to change God. It's just, it makes me feel helpless.
Right.
That's what I heard.
And I love it that he reminds us that it can't, God's not angry, and it really doesn't have any effect at all. So
there's no need to feel guilty about it.
Exactly, that's what I say, because now I don't have to feel guilty about what I've what I had been trying to do in that dance of death, trying to make you feel guilty, so you change your behavior, and so that so that I could derive strength from that. I don't have to feel guilty about that. Nothing's happened.
Nothing's happened.
Nothing's happened.
That's what I love about A Course in Miracles. It's like, it tells me what I think I've done, and then lets me know, but you really haven't done it.
Right, exactly. Yes, you may be trying to kill the love between you and kill God, but, you're
trying to kill love, trying to kill God, trying to kill each other, but
nothing happened.
You really haven't done anything. You really can't do it.
Of course, as much has been, but nothing's really happened.
Nothing's really happened. This is what I think I'm doing with you.
Exactly.
But I'm not really destroying anything that's real. I'm not really ever getting rid of real love.
Right.
But this is what I do have a ritual that I want to do with you.
That's right. And every time I make what you do more important than why we're in a relationship, then more important than the love that we are, I'm trying to do my ritual, my death ritual. The ritual where the dance of death delights me.
So when you want to be in a typical special relationship, it's like you walking up to somebody and saying, do you want to dance with me?
That's right.
Only this is a dance that's going to kill you.
That's right.
Would you like to dance with me? Would you like to do a death dance with me that's based on me making you sacrifice and making you feel guilty if you don't act out my imagined needs? Are you willing to do that?
Yes.
Will you dance with me?
Are you willing to give up yourself to get me?
Oh, you willing to kill yourself for me?
For my needs?
For my needs? Would you be willing to throw all of your needs out for me? Would you dance with me?
Woohoo!
And just as a little supplement, let's kill God.
Yes. Ooh.
We're God killers. Which is the same as saying we're truth killers.
Exactly.
We want to kill what love really is.
Right. We want to kill love.
We want to kill love.
So that we can
together.
Have the form.
Together.
Yes, together.
Let's kill love together.
That's so romantic.
Let's destroy what love is together while we're dancing. You know, I shake my booty pretty good on the dance death floor. You know what I'm saying? I can do a dance of death on you now.
I know you can.
Hey. Wait a minute. You were supposed to agree that fast.
I've seen it.
You've seen it. So, Anna, see in the special relationship, nothing more than a meaningless attempt to raise other gods before God.
Okay.
And by worshiping the other gods before God, to obscure their taininess
Yes.
and God's greatness. In other words, in the name of your completion, you do not want to raise other gods before God. For every idol or special relationship that you raise to place before God stands before you in place of what you are.
Wow. Okay. So what I heard is when I'm tempted for one of those relationships, and I'm tempted to give myself away and sacrifice who I am to get the self of the better self of someone else, that what I'm being asked to remember is that this is me trying to make something more important than God, to have other gods before God. This is me trying to make something more important than love, real love. That's what's really happening right here. I'm afraid of real love, and this is me trying to put something in front of real love. Wow. That's what I'm being asked to do so that I can hide how small that God that I worship really is, which is special relationship. That's my God.
Special relationship is the God that you raise before God, or the love you raise before real love.
It's the idol that we worship instead of real love. So,
specialness.
Right. So real love calls, and instead of going, yes, real love, yes, God, we raise up specialness to hide real love. Wow. And then he says, and remember, in the name of your completion, you don't want that.
In the name of my happiness.
Right.
And which is my completion and my
Yes.
love. I don't want a special love, which is a love unlike the love of God.
A love only concerned with what the bodies do or don't do.
I don't want a love that's only concerned about behavior and what the bodies do or don't do. I don't want a love with you that's based on what your body does or doesn't do.
Right. Where that's what I'm more concerned about, and that's what you're more concerned about than the truth that we share and our purpose, which is to remember what love is and to remember what love means. Remember, that's the real purpose of our relationships.
The real purpose of our relationship with each other is to learn and remember what real love and the truth is.
Right.
Not to use our relationship to forget what the real truth
Exactly.
and real love is,
Exactly.
which is what I am doing if I'm only focused on your behavior
Exactly.
and the form of our relationship, the appearance of our relationship,
Exactly.
the rules we made up.
And I need to remember that love is content. Love is content. It has nothing to do with the body. It's not concerned with the body. Real love isn't concerned with what you do in your body. It's not concerned with what I do in my body. It's not concerned about that. So if I'm concerned about that, it is not real love that's concerned about that. And that what's happening is that I'm trying to raise an idol of love, a form of love, a ritual of love. I'm trying to raise it like an idol in front of real love because I'm afraid of real love. And so because I'm afraid of real love, I'm trying to hide how really small and mean this special relationship that I'm trying to form is. But every relationship that I put before what real love is something that's going to stand before me. It's standing before me in place of what I am. It's something that I'm going to put in place of me.
What is something that you're going to put in place of you?
A relationship in which the most important thing is the bodies and what the bodies do or don't do.
And the special love relationship of the fearful mind, which the Course calls the ego, is all about what the body does and what the body does not do, or the behavior of the body.
Right, that's all it's about.
And I love you or contract from you based on how you behave.
That's right. That's right.
What you do with your little luscious body.
That's right. He says that's just a ritual of love. That's a love ritual. It's not real love. It's just a love ritual. We're going to pretend that we love each other. Here we go. You ready? Okay. It's a love act.
A love act.
Yes.
And that's an act
An act of love. It's an act, like
It's
you're
an act.
acting. I'm now going to act like I love you.
And I'm going to act like I love you as long as you behave a certain way and fulfill my imagined needs.
Right. And so we have to remember, love is not an act. And love does not ask for acts. And so we need to know that when I am feeling tempted to make your body and your behavior important, I need to know that where was I? Oh yeah, I'm trying to substitute who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid of real love. And
So my ego's afraid of real love.
And so what I want is just the act of love. I just want the little appearance of love.
Because real love does not play the games that I play. I mean, it doesn't let me control you. It doesn't let me make you sacrifice for me.
Real love doesn't value at all what my ego values. My ego values how things look and what you do in your body. So that's what I heard.
Wow, that was a lot you heard.
All right.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So now, salvation, which means real love, real completion, lies in the simple fact that illusions are not fearful just because they're not true. Now, these illusions, like what we've been trying to do in our relationship, they but seem to be fearful to the extent to which we fail to recognize what we're doing in our relationship for what it is. And you will fail to recognize what you're doing in special relationship to the extent to which you want these illusions, these love illusions, to be true, to be love. And to the same extent you are denying truth, so are you failing to make the simple choice between truth and illusion, God and fantasy. Remember this, and you will have no difficulty in perceiving the decision as just what it is and nothing more.
Okay, so my peace, my salvation, my peace with you, it lies in the simple fact that illusions, which the Course says special relationships are not fearful because special love is not true. Right. False ideas are not fearful because false ideas are not true.
So what we've tried to do to this relationship and to each other in this relationship, we don't have to feel guilty about that. We don't have to be afraid of it.
Because it's not true.
It's not true.
We're really not doing it. So an illusion or a false idea or fear is not fearful because it's not true. My illusions, my false ideas about you, my false ideas about love, special relationships, but seem to be frightening to the extent to which I fail to recognize a special relationship or a false idea or an illusion for what they are. I'll fail to recognize a false idea as a false idea to the extent that I want the false idea to be true. As long as I want it to be true, as long as I want the special relationship to be true, based on bargains made with guilt, based on sacrifice, as long as I want that to be true, it would be frightening to me and it will also seem to be true, is what I heard. To the extent that I want the special relationship that's based on bargains and guilt to be true, I just heard to that extent I'm denying the truth, which is that a real relationship and real love is not based on making you sacrifice, it's not making you feel guilty. And so I'm failing to make the simple choice between truth and illusion, which is the simple choice between God and fantasy. Whenever I am not willing to choose the truth of what love really is based on what God is telling me, which is it is no sacrifice, it is not form, then I'm not making the choice between a true relationship and a real loving relationship with you and a false relationship with you, to the extent that I'm not willing to accept God's definition of love and what love really is as opposed to what I've learned from the world and from fear.
Yes.
And if I do that, if I remember the difference between the real love and the false love, that real love is content, false love is form and behavior, if I remember this, I'm told that I won't have any difficulty in perceiving the decision for truth as just what it is and nothing else. So if I want to accept this, I can really make the choice right now for real love with you and release you from my scripts and my demands. If I want the scripts and the sacrifice to be true, then I won't hear what I was just told.
That's right.
I won't hear it if I don't want it.
That's right.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay. Out of the core of the separation illusion, the core of the specialness illusion, lies simply in the fantasy of the destruction of love's meaning. The core of separation, it lies simply in the fantasy of the destruction of the meaning of love. And unless love's meaning is restored to you, unless
Yes.
love's meaning,
Right.
real meaning, is restored to you, Anna, you can't know yourself who's sharing love's meaning unless the meaning of love is restored to you.
Yes.
Separation, specialness,
Yes.
is only the decision not to know yourself.
That's what it
When you
is.
decide to get in a special
Yes,
relationship, it is
right.
the decision not to know
I
yourself.
may as well say, I don't want to know myself.
So I want to get with you, baby.
That's right. So I'm going to destroy myself.
So I want to get with you,
Yes,
baby.
right.
I want to destroy the meaning of love.
Exactly.
So let's hook up and do this dance of death together. This is based on
Exactly.
sacrifice of each other.
Yeah.
So Anna, this whole thought system of
Yes.
separation and specialness
Yes.
is a carefully contrived learning experience
Woo-wee.
designed.
Precisely.
A special relationship is a learning experience that is designed to lead
Yep.
away from truth.
Yep.
Designed. The special relationship is designed
Designed.
to lead you away from love
Yes.
into fantasy.
Ooh.
Yet, for every learning that would hurt you, for every learning that would hurt you,
For every
every
relationship.
relationship that would hurt
Yes.
you, God
Yes.
offers you correction.
Ugh.
That means
Yes.
God is offering you complete escape from all
Oh.
the consequences of every
Oh.
learning and every relationship that would hurt you.
Yes.
God is offering you, love is offering you complete escape from all the consequences of any learning that would hurt you.
Wow. And any relationship that I made to hurt me. And I love hearing that because I feel guilty about those consequences.
So what did
Yes.
you hear?
Okay. So what
Tell
I
me.
heard was
Mm-hmm.
okay. So the core of the separation illusion that we're calling the special relationship that we're tempted to form
Okay.
lies simply in the fantasy of love's destruction. Okay, so it's me. It's a total fantasy of me wanting to destroy love and thinking that I can. Wow. So that's what it's about. Like that's what's interesting is that a special relationship. That's what it's for. That's what it's about. It is very specifically designed to give you the illusion that you can destroy love. That's its purpose. That's what you got to remember. The special relationship has a purpose. It's designed for a very specific purpose, and that is to destroy real love. Because I'm afraid of real love.
The special relationship has the purpose of destroying the meaning of real love.
Right. Wow. And it has the purpose of destroying the real meaning of love. I'm afraid of the real meaning of love. And the more afraid I am of the real meaning of love, the more tempted I am by a relationship based on set bargains made with guilt, sacrifice. Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Now, but the thing is that unless I know love's real meaning, I can never know myself. I can never know myself until I know love's real meaning. And so, I want to learn love's real meaning. And he's been telling us the real meaning of love is only content. It's what you are. It's what you are. It's what's eternal. It's what you are. It's what you can't destroy. It's what you are. It's not something that you get through a ritual that your bodies do in the name of love. Okay, so unless I know the real meaning of love, then I can never know myself because I share the real meaning of love. So specialness is where I'm trying to get love, making it look like love, and that's what specialness is. And anytime you form a relationship where you're trying to get love through their behavior that they do because you made them feel guilty.
So relate that to me.
Okay. So any relationship where the relationship we have where I am trying to get love from you.
Okay.
But I'm telling you I love you and I'm trying to get love from you by trying to control your behavior in the name of love.
Okay.
Then that is me trying to destroy the meaning of what I am, which is real love. It's just me being afraid of love, trying to destroy it. Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
And okay.
So basically, my attempting to do a special relationship based on bargains made with guilt.
Okay.
It's me deciding not to know myself. So when I don't want to know myself, and I'm deciding not to know myself, I go for specialness. I make specialness.
When you've decided not to know yourself, you go for the typical special love relationship.
Yes. Wow. And the more I've decided not to know myself, the more I can't say no to specialness.
Because really,
the
special relationship is a relationship with which I'm trying to get rid of myself.
Yes.
So that is a decision not to know myself if I'm trying to get rid of myself.
Exactly.
Because I don't feel like it gives me the specialness that I think I deserve.
And the reason I'm going to go for a special relationship when I've decided not to know myself is because the special relationship is a very specially designed thing to do what? It is a carefully contrived learning experience designed to lead me away from myself, the truth of what I am, and into a fantasy of what I am.
Wow,
that's why I'll be addicted to specialness and need it, have to have it. And I can't say no to it even when it hurts me. Because that's why I go for that when I've decided not to know myself, because it's the perfect vehicle to run away from myself. It's the perfect vehicle to lead me away from myself. That's
the special relationship is a perfect vehicle to lead me away from the truth about myself.
That's what it's designed for.
That's what it's designed for by my ego, by my fearful mind.
Wow.
You know, I always like to say my ego, my fearful mind. The part of me that believes it's separate wants to stay separate, so it forms a special relationship that's designed to lead me away from the truth and away from union.
Yes. Okay. So for every relationship that I've gone into for the purpose of leading me away from truth, in other words, every relationship that I've made that hurts me, every relationship I made to hurt me, for every relationship I've made that hurts me, Holy Spirit is offering me a correction for that. So Holy Spirit's like, okay, that's fine. Don't feel guilty about why you made that. Don't feel guilty about that. I offer you a correction for that. In other words, not only have I offer you a correction for that, but I'm going to offer you escape from all of the consequences that came from that relationship that had that purpose.
What purpose?
The purpose of leading you away from your truth, away from yourself, and hurting you.
Okay.
A relationship that had the purpose of hurting me.
Okay.
Holy Spirit offers me escape from all the consequences of the relationship that I made to hurt me, or that I made to lead me away from the truth about myself. Same thing as saying hurt me. So now when I notice that I've made that relationship, I want to say, Holy Spirit, I ask for the correction. Ask for the correction of this relationship that I made to hide the truth from myself.
I love that. Designed. A designed relationship.
Yes.
A carefully contrived learning experience. So, baby, would you be willing to enter a carefully contrived learning experience with me, designed to lead you away from the truth and real love and completion, called a special relationship with me that's based on you sacrificing yourself? Would you enter that, please?
Well, now that you put it like that, first of all, thank you for putting it like that, because I was tempted there for a moment.
Until I told the truth?
Yes, until you told the truth. So thank you for telling the truth. That was the most loving gift you could have ever given me.
Yes,
to tell me the truth about the gift you're offering me.
I want you to kill yourself for me.
Yeah.
I want you to sacrifice yourself for me.
Yes, right.
Really?
Yeah, really. I'm not kidding.
I'm not
just saying that to sound spiritual.
Yeah, I really want you to do what I want you to do, even if it's not what you want to do.
Right.
For me.
Right.
As a sign of your love.
Right.
Because I want you to substitute me for God.
Right.
I want to be your idol.
Right. You want to be my God.
I want to be your God.
Yeah. That's the most honest thing anybody's ever asked me.
Oh, I'm just trying to tell the truth about.
And no.
See, that's what you get.
But
you be honest with somebody and tell them that you want them to kill themselves for you and sacrifice themselves for you and behave the way you want them to behave. And look what happens. You be honest and they don't want you.
But you will gain my eternal friendship, which is the only thing that really will last. Because you asked that honest question.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You can't have my real love, though.
What's the advantage of that?
It's something that you can't lose.
Oh, you mean I can count on that?
Yes.
It'll always be here for me.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. That sounds all right.
Okay.
That kind of sounds
right.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
But we couldn't have gotten to that unless you had unless you had asked that honest question and honestly stated what that special request is.
That's right. I want you to enter into a ritual of form that we extract strength from God.
Yeah, from the
and
depth
give it
of God.
from the depth of God and give it to each other.
Yeah.
Forget God. It's going to be me and you and each other's
That's
God.
Right.
We're going to be the most important thing in
That's
each
right.
other's lives. Forget God.
Yeah.
I want you to be the most important thing in my life, and I want me to be the most important thing in your life. More important than the truth. More important than you even being yourself.
And the way to have that is to kill truth.
We got to get rid of the truth.
Get rid of it.
We got to get rid of the truth, and that's what we've done.
Yep, and that's
in
what
the
we've
past.
done.
That's what we've done.
That's
Gotten
what
rid
we've
of the truth so we could have our fantasy of love. Wow, that didn't last, by the way.
That didn't last.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So,
Okay,
you're
so
gonna read to me now. Okay.
So the decision whether or not to listen to this course, what we've just been saying, and follow this course is only the choice between truth and illusion. Because here, in this course, is truth separated from illusion. Real love is separated from false love, and which means not confused with false love at all. How simple does this choice become when it's perceived as only what it is? For only fantasies make confusion in choosing possible, and they are totally unreal.
Okay. All right. My decision whether or not to listen to the Course in Miracles and to follow the Course in Miracles teaching is just me choosing between if I'm going to practice the truth with you or I'm going to practice something that's not the truth with you.
Right. That's right. Love or real love.
Okay. And the Course in Miracles is presenting me with the truth, absolutely separated from what's false.
That's right.
And not confused with what's false at all. So here's the truth. Love is content, not form, not ritual.
Right.
My choice becomes pretty easy when I see the choice as it is. I'm either choosing between love or fear, imprisonment or freedom, content or form. And only my fantasies make my confusion in choosing possible, which is the same as saying only my belief in special relationships make confusion in choosing possible, because fantasies, which are special relationships based on the idea of sacrifice, are totally unreal. They don't last.
That's right.
Fantasies don't last.
That's
so
right.
relationships that don't last were really fantasies.
That's right.
Okay.
And
here's the truth.
And even when the bodies may stay together, the relationship itself is unreal.
Even if our bodies are together, the relationship is unreal if it's based on sacrifice and ritual of behavior.
Right. Right.
What you do
even
or don't
if our
do
bodies
with your
stay
body.
together, our relationship doesn't last.
Right. Okay. So there are a lot of people in relationships they think, but their bodies are together, but it's really not. They're not in relationship at all.
They're in separate worlds, even though their bodies may be under the same roof. All right.
Okay. This year is thus the time, Anna, for you to make the easiest. Easiest decision that ever confronted you.
Okay.
This year is the time to make the easiest decision that ever confronted you. Also, this year is time for you to make the only decision that's ever confronted you. You, Anna, will cross the bridge into reality, which is love, simply because you will recognize that God is on the other side of the false idea of love, and nothing at all is here on the false idea of love. So God is on the other side where the real idea of love is, and nothing at all is here. It is impossible not to make the natural decision, the once you realize that love is on the other side and nothing is on this side. Love is on the other side and nothing at all, at all is here in the fantasy.
That's right. In the ritual of love.
In the ritual of love.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great. So I heard what's coming up for me this year.
Okay.
Okay, and then this year, what this year is going to be about for me is it's time for me to make a decision. Now, it's the easiest decision that's ever confronted me. And it's really the only decision that's ever confronted me, and that's this. Do you want real love, or do you want a fantasy of love? Do you want real love? Do you want love? Or do you want...
Yeah, do we want the real deal?
Yeah, you want real love? You say you want love.
Or do we want the fantasy of love?
That has never satisfied. You've never completed us.
Never completed us.
You know, do you want real love that's beyond specialness, or do you want the fantasy or the ritual of love? Okay, so and he says, and then he's telling me what's going to be happening. You're going to be crossing the bridge. Like there's a bridge between my fantasy of love, what I want you to do for me, what I want you to give up for me as a symbol of your love. There's a bridge forming between what I want from you now into what our real love is. And I like that. There's a bridge forming. He says, and you're going to cross the bridge. We're going to cross that bridge.
We're going to cross the bridge into what love really is together.
Exactly.
I want to cross the bridge with you into what love really is together by really telling each other the truth about what's not love. I don't want to defend the false idea of love. I don't want to act like I do it or that I practice it 100% of the time. That's not the issue. The issue for me is I need to learn how to tell the difference between what real love is and what it isn't, so I can start making the only choice.
Exactly.
That's the same choice to make.
Exactly.
So that's what this is doing for me. It's telling us the difference.
Exactly, and he's saying that that's what this course is teaching us. How to tell the difference between love and false love. How to tell the difference between love and specialness. So in our relationship, we're being taught how to tell when we're really loving each other or when we're attacking each other in the form of love.
So what would be one of the things that I could do, that I would be doing that would immediately make you aware that I'm not offering you real love?
Well, one thing is you may be not doing what you want to do because you think I don't want you to do it.
Okay.
So that you can keep my body with your body.
Right.
Another thing you might do is when I tell you what I'm going to do and you don't want me to do that, you might use guilt.
I might try to make you feel guilty if you don't do what I want you to do.
Right.
Okay.
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 For starters.
Okay. So I'm totally focused on asking you to sacrifice.
Right.
I'm making up needs that I want you to meet, whether you want to meet them or not.
Right. Yeah.
Our relationship has some type of a form or behavior or ritual that we've set up.
Yep.
That I want to make sure that you do, even if I use anger to do it.
That's right. Yeah.
My love can be withdrawn from you if you don't act out the ritual right.
Right.
That would be not what real love is.
Yeah, and then all we're being asked to do is to be able to tell the difference. Because he says once you yourself can go, oh, that doesn't meet the criteria for real love. That must not be real love. That must be my desire. That's my fear of love. That's my desire to attack love. When he says once you can tell the difference, choosing is easy. Once you see the difference, then you go, oh yeah, I want real love. I want something that's going to last.
You sure God isn't angry? I hear a lot of thunder going on while we're talking about this. You know, oh man, okay.
And then we projected all that onto God.
Okay.
We think God is a jealous God. We even say that in the Bible. God is a jealous God.
God isn't angry. Love isn't angry. God isn't angry. Love isn't anger. Right. God isn't angry. Love isn't anger.
Exactly. We've projected our anger onto God, onto love, and now we think God is just like us.
And then the voice
angry when we don't pay attention to it.
And then the voice for the course is telling us that God isn't angry because none of the stuff that I think I'm doing to destroy
Exactly.
the meaning of love is really happening. I can't
Exactly.
change the laws of God. I can't change the laws of
Exactly.
love. I can't change what's real.
That's right.
And love is real.
Exactly, and that's also the reason why we can stop feeling guilty about about our ego purposes that we've been trying to use this relationship for.
So I don't have to feel guilty for what I've been trying to use you for.
Right, you don't.
That was just a misperception
Exactly.
of what love is.
You didn't destroy the love that I am. You didn't destroy the love between us. You didn't destroy the love you are.
I'm just learning how to tell the difference between the two.
Exactly.
I'm just learning how, and that's really helpful because more and more and more every day I'm able to
Yes.
listen to people
Yes.
and listen to their concepts of
Yes.
love and know whether or not
Yes.
they know what real love is or not too. But I wouldn't be able to make that judgment if I didn't have some idea from what I've learned
That's right.
from the course about how to recognize when I'm offering or being offered real love or illusion, which is false love. But if I want the specialness to be true, if I want the illusion
That's
to be
right.
true, then I'm not going to recognize it. You know,
Right.
that's to the extent that
Yes.
I want the illusion to be true,
Of love, yes.
of love to be true. I will not recognize how false it is what I'm asking
That's
for.
exactly right. I will tell myself that, hey, this is part of a love, this is part of a relationship. That's just part of what relationships are, I'll tell myself. I won't say to myself, hey, wow, I'm attacking this person. I'm not giving them real love at all.
I really want to imprison them to my own needs.
Yes. You won't say that to yourself. You'll say, hey, you know, there's reciprocity in relationship. There's compromise you have to make in relationship. That's just part.
I hear that all the time. Yeah, that you really love. That's just what you do in love. You just
Yeah,
compromise, you
part
sacrifice,
of relationship.
you give up what you want, and,
Right.
and you're completely selfish if you don't do
And
that.
you're going to be totally alone if you don't do that.
Nobody's going to be with you. Right, nobody who doesn't know what love is going to be with you if you don't make a sacrifice.
That is so true.
Yeah.
That is so
the
true.
person who doesn't know what love is going to leave your butt
That's right.
if you don't sacrifice who you are and
That's
kill yourself
exactly right.
for them.
That's exactly right.
So the only thing you really lose when you start to practice real love is everybody who doesn't really give it.
That's right. Who doesn't know
Who
the real
doesn't-
meaning of love and doesn't want to.
Yeah, they want the illusion
Right.
of specialness above everything else.
Right.
Wow, it's sort of like waking up from this. I feel like sometimes I'm waking up from a deep sleep, and I'm still sometimes, having some visions of the dream or the
Yes.
hallucination of love I used to have while I'm still
Yes.
seeing this newer version
Yes.
of love. And what makes our relationship so beautiful to me is that we've set the purpose of using our connection to remind us of what real love is, even if our own ego past programming doesn't like it.
That's exactly
what
right.
makes you priceless to me,
Yes.
is that we admit we have those same ego special desires as anybody else, but the difference is, if there's a difference at all, is that we're willing to recognize the error of our ways
Exactly.
and do it differently.
Exactly. I'm still going to be tempted. You're still going to be tempted to want a special relationship. And that it doesn't, but the difference is that shortly after that temptation, we go, oh yeah, that love doesn't do that. Love doesn't ask for that. Love doesn't ask for what I just asked for them.
Love doesn't, and so I can start with you.
Right.
Like none of this is going to become real to me unless I can do it with someone. Like the Course says in about applying the truth in specific situations
Right.
until you get an understanding that you can generalize it to all situations.
Exactly.
So for me right now, it's about, can I take what I just heard and apply it to you specifically?
Right. That's
I
right.
got to take it out. I'm at this point that I've got to take it all out of the abstract.
Right.
It's got to be over with this. Just saying really these, like you said, pretty sounding words, playing with the ideas, but not actually the application of the ideas.
Right.
And the application of the idea would be the next time I find myself wanting to enter into a ritual where I forget what love is, to remember that the purpose of our relationship is for us to remember that real love isn't asking for you to give up yourself, lose yourself, kill yourself in order for us to be in a relationship with each other and to be happy with each other.
That's right.
I love you too much to ask you to enter into a ritual
Right.
of completion with me because I love you.
Right. And for you and I to start asking ourselves the questions more frequently, is this something love would do?
Is this something love would do?
Is this something love would ask for?
Would love ask me to do what I really did not want to do?
Right. And would love ask them to do something that they really didn't want to do?
which leads you to, as you wake up, I find myself wanting to ask people more and more and more, what do you want?
Right.
And that's a question that tends to freak
That's
people
right.
out, because
Right.
they're used to focusing in on what they do not want.
Right.
I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't like
Yes.
this. I don't. But when you say, well, what do you want?
Right.
I don't know.
Right. I don't know.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So I want a real love that is not based on sacrifice, control, limitation, domination, guilt, anger, grievances, and attack.
Right.
That's what I want.
Right.
And the only way I can have that is to be able to tell the difference
That's right.
between truth and illusion.
And this course, A Course in Miracles, helps you to make that distinction very easily.
Very easy.
Very easily. It's going to tell you everything you need to know to be able to tell like that easily whether this is love or specialness.
But I think the challenging part though is that when you first start to see this about what's real love and what's not
Right.
real love, you realize that 90% of
That's-
everything around you is not real love. It's all based on bargains and scripts, and that can be
And on the body.
the body, and it can be
Yes.
disheartening to your ego.
I mean,
when you first realize love isn't around you
That's right.
really anywhere.
I mean, there was a part, I heard my ego when we were, as we've been reading today, I heard my ego say, be ready to be alone for a long time.
No, nobody's going to be in a
Yeah.
relationship with you that you don't sacrifice for them and
Right.
change yourself for them. And
You better be ready.
You better
to
be ready to be
for a
alone.
long time, maybe for the rest of your life.
But
That's what my ego said to me.
Yeah. But if I would be honest with myself, since I've started to try to back off trying to get everybody to act out my script, I've actually been experiencing more loving people than I've ever experienced in my life.
Very important to note.
Yeah, it's really my actual experience of practicing this
Yes.
has been exactly the opposite of what my
That's right.
ego, fearful, guilty mind was trying to tell me was going to happen. The
Beautiful.
relationship that we have, the connection that we have is stronger now than ever, more fearless than ever, because we have taken off all of these bargains
That's right.
that we have been used to try to
Yes.
put on each other.
That's right.
This was awesome.
Yeah,
This
incredible.
was awesome. We'll stop here and go back over this and remind each other of it and practice it with each other. Thank God for you and your willingness to practice the truth with me. And it's so good you're in a female form doing this, because it's perfect that we're
Yes.
able to be appearing to be different genders, even
Yes.
appearing to be different
Yes.
races, actually practicing and wanting to practice real love with each other.
Yep.
Because that means anybody can do it
That's right.
if they
because
want to.
That's where we're most tempted to do the specialness, is in that which we think is opposite, that which we think is different.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm Earl Purdy, and I want you to check out my classes and videos and all that good stuff on my website, again, at earlpurdy.com. And I'm also available for personal what I call clarity sessions. Just go to my website and it explains those, and I'm available to do that so we can learn and do this together. Because I appreciate the fact that all of my mighty companions are with us. We can feel you. Thank you for the wonderful feedback that we've been getting that
Yes,
you also
thank you.
appreciate
Really.
being reminded the
Really,
way we're
thank
doing
you.
it.
It
Absolutely.
makes all the difference.
Yes.
It helps us remember the value of this for ourselves as well. And I'm Anna Kujawa, and you can get my classes and videos from my website, which is Anna Kujawa. That's ANNAKUJAWA.com. And I'm a holistic psychotherapist, and you can learn how to contact me for that if you would like to do that with me from my website. And thank you for the feedback. Really.
Phew. Let peace extend from my mind and my heart to yours.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let
God.
peace extend from my mind and heart to yours.
You have such a
Yes.
beautiful heart.
Oh, thank you.